to the coast and also for areas in the Inland Empire. Air quality today, for the most part, is doing good. We have a lot of yellow. That's acceptable for most. But if you have respiratory issues, you don't want to spend too much time outside because you may experience some mild effects. We've got great air quality in the San Fernando Valley, through the foothills, and over into the low desert and parts of the Inland Empire. Now let's jump ahead to show you your Thanksgiving forecast, because we will have some high passing clouds, but the weather is going to stay dry and the temperatures will be nice. We're going to have highs in the 70s, the desert 62, the mountains 59. Now we will have some leftover Santa Ana winds on Thursday morning, but they will be weakening. If you had any plans to do things outside, then overall the weather should be just fine for it. But if you live in those wind-prone areas, just know that conditions could be a little breezy. How about these temperatures? It is November, and we're going to see highs that are going to be above normal, almost 80 degrees. Here's the trend for Van Nuys, where you see 77 today. Tomorrow's going to be the warmest day, 80. On Thursday, the temperatures start to come down. I just showed you that Thanksgiving forecast. It's actually going to feel nice. And then look at the weather over the weekend. We're still tracking a system that could potentially bring us a small chance for some rain. As of now, looking at a cool down and also lots of cloud cover, but that chance for rain is still very slight, so hesitating to put that in the forecast. I'm just going to talk about it and we'll keep an eye on it. Here's the weather over the next 7 days. Staying dry at least through Friday for all of your friends, family that are in town, and any outdoor activities or things that you might want to do. You don't need the umbrella. Even your Black Friday forecast is looking good. At the coast, we're going to have temperatures reach 78 tomorrow, mostly sunny, and then more cloud cover on Thursday. Thursday is where we start that cooling trend, and then you notice how the numbers get even cooler over the weekend in the low to mid 60s for coastal locations. The valleys, the Inland Empire, upper 70s, low 80s tomorrow, a hair warmer, and then back down to the 70s on Thanksgiving. Friday, mid 70s, and then over the weekend you see the temperatures in the 60s. The weather for our friends in the deserts, very nice. No travel issues. If you are getting on the road, we don't have any travel advisories. 60s for the high desert, 79 in the low desert, and you notice the numbers getting a little warmer on Wednesday. Finally, in the mountains, we have chilly morning temperatures in the 20s, and then nice, pleasant fall conditions during the afternoon with highs in the 50s. So that's your forecast, everyone. Hey, let's ask Holly Hannula, what's your favorite winter sport?
Ooh, skiing. I love to watch skiing so much, because I always watch these athletes and go, my gosh, I wish I could do what she's doing. I wish I could do what he's doing. So I always love watching skiing. Good morning to you on this Tuesday. Thankfully, traffic is light in most areas. I've been covering an accident in Irwindale on the East 210 near Irwindale Avenue. Now, 2 vehicles are in the right lane. It's dark, it's early, no delays for folks making their way towards the 57. No need for an alternate route. Now, in Orange County, the only slowing I'm seeing is due to construction that I mentioned at the top of the hour on the East 91 Euclid to Knott. There are 3 right lanes closed until 5 a.m., but the 5 looks great through Anaheim, Santa Ana, Irvine, and no problems on the 57 through Brea, Fullerton, and also Anaheim. From Orange County, we head to the West 105. Downey to LAX will take under 20 minutes, speeds in the 60s through Linwood and also Hawthorne. And then on the North 215, Paris to Riverside, a drive of 35 minutes. We're seeing a little bit more congestion than normal in the Moreno Valley area for folks making their way towards the 91. So I'll continue to monitor what's happening here, and then coming up in a few, we'll check conditions through Mid-City on the West 10. Adrian, over to you.
Thank you very much, Holly. 420.
Time now for Hollywood Buzz. Guns N' Roses is riding the night train back to North America in 2026, and our November range is cleared in time for their big announcement. So check this out.
A couple more days. Thank you very much,
Thank
Holly.
you.
All right. 427 right now will be Belen de Leon and the warm-up. What's here, right?
I love the checklist that you gave. Check, check, check.
I can't take credit for it.
Well, here's
Stephanie,
the thing.
yes.
Here's the thing. My windshield wiper fluid light keeps going off.
So not check.
Not check. And I keep telling David, I need windshield wiper fluid. He's like, it's raining. You don't need the... I'm like, yeah, but at some point I'm going to need it.
Yes.
Check. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
We're going to do that.
Thank you for the advice.
And we're going to add to that list snacks. We need to put snacks on that
The most important thing on the list, right?
Yeah. Give me some hot Cheetos and a Diet Dr. Pepper. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we'll ask you guys in a minute what you want. All right, we're looking at some visibility issues. Fog close to the coast. No No advisories are posted, but just know that if you're traveling near those coastal locations, it might be a little tough to see because it's a little foggy. The view right now from the mountains, though, is pointing out towards all the city lights. So today it's going to be a bright start. Sunrise happening around 6:30, and it's going to be bright. Now, the temperatures this morning are chilly. We've got 50s and 40s, and for our friends in the deserts, especially in the Antelope Valley, that's where we have a frost advisory. The numbers this morning are going to be near freezing. The mountains 27 to kick things off. Now, the afternoon's going to be warmer. Highs today are going to be in the 70s, and we're even going to touch 80 degrees. And the reason for that, we have some Santa Ana winds developing. So if you live in those wind-prone spots, stick around. I'm going to time out those winds. Let's ask Holly Hannula, what is on your snack list?
Ooh, when I'm driving, like in the afternoon, chili cheese Fritos and sour candy.
Yay.
I know that combo doesn't sound good right now, but I'll ask you around 10 a.m. You might think it sounds pretty good. Good morning to you on this Tuesday. I am taking you to Long Beach. We have a hazard on the South 405 near Santa Fe Avenue. Traffic cones in the number 3 and 4 lanes, so stick to the left lanes right now out there in Long Beach on the South 405. Just a reminder, we do have some road work happening in the Corona area until 5 a.m. Left lane closed East 91 between the 71 and the 15, and then West 10. Colton to Pomona, a drive of 25 minutes. Speeds in the upper 60s, like what I'm seeing through Bloomington, Fontana, Ontario, and also Montclair. And then finally, South 605, Baldwin Park to the 105, 12 minutes, speeds in the 60s. All looks good through Whittier and Santa Fe Springs. Lynette, over to you.
Holly, thank you. Developing right.
Offshore winds that blow from the mountains out towards the sea. So today, in those wind-prone spots, you're going to feel those breezy conditions. Wind gusts reaching speeds up to 20, 30 miles per hour. And then here we are looking at the weather tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the warmest day in our forecast. That's when we could potentially reach those gusts up to 30 and 40 miles per hour. And look at your weather over the next few days. Downtown LA, normal 71. Tomorrow, 80 degrees. For Thanksgiving, 74. We will have some high-passing clouds. And then on Friday, temperatures around 70 degrees. So let's look ahead to your 7-day forecast. The main thing that we've got going on this week are those weak Santa Ana winds and also that warm up, especially for the middle of the week. Now look at the weather for the weekend. The temperatures come down, and as of now, we're looking at a slight chance for rain Saturday, Sunday, possibly through next Monday, but it's really small. As of now, we'll just include that cool down and some cloud cover over the weekend. The valleys, the Inland Empire, weather getting warmer tomorrow. Temperatures in the low 80s, 70s for Thanksgiving with high clouds, and then this weekend temperatures in the 60s and 70s. The deserts, no travel issues here. If you are traveling through there today, we'll have sunshine, 60s and 70s. And here's your weather for the mountains. We've got 50s for the rest of the week. That's your weather. Here's traffic with Holly.
All right. Good morning, Belen. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're in the Inland Empire. Conditions look really good on the 210 through Rancho Cucamonga. No problems through Ontario on both the 10 and also the 60. I did notice some slowing, though, on the North 215. I mentioned this earlier. This is all due to some road work going on. North 215 between Box Springs and MLK Boulevard. Only the left lane is open until 5 a.m. This is all due to construction, so hopefully in the next few minutes or so, those cones will be picked up and there won't be delays for folks making their way towards the 91. To give you an idea of the slowing out there, North 215, Paris to Riverside, 45 minutes right now, speeds in the 20s. It is a tough drive once you hit Moreno Valley. And then in Sylmar, we have a hazard. North 5 at Roxford, some cardboard boxes in the left lane, so stay in the middle or right lanes to avoid that hazard. North 405, Long Beach, the 10, under 30 minutes right now. Speeds in the 70s. All looks good through Carson, Torrance, Inglewood, and also Culver City. And then West 118, Pacoima to Chatsworth, that drive 10 minutes. Speeds in the 60s. Things look great through Granada Hills and Porter Ranch. Lynette, over to you.
All right, Holly, thank you. Well, be sure to join us live at 7 a.m. for Today in LA streaming. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to watch our streaming channel anytime, right on your phone.
And And if you're headed to the airport, you shouldn't bump into any problems. We have mostly clear conditions. Temperatures are in the 50s, not seeing any delays yet. Taking a look at the national travel, also not seeing any delays, but a couple of areas you got to watch out for. If you're headed to Atlanta, there is a chance for some thunderstorms. Same goes for Chicago. Better weather today to travel through Texas, and we've got some chilly temperatures over in Denver, but I'm not seeing any huge snowstorms. Vegas looking good, New York looking good, San Francisco up north, not seeing any storms on the West Coast that would cause any travel delays. Safe travels wherever you're headed. Here's the weather at home. Our weather is warming up. After a chilly start, highs today are going to be above normal, mid to upper 70s, could even hit the 80s over in the Inland Empire, 70s in Ventura County, 60s in the deserts, and Big Bear 57 degrees. And a big reason for this temperature boost is that we have some weak to moderate Santa Ana winds. So throughout the day, if you live in those wind-prone spots, you're going to feel those breezy winds. Here we are looking at the weather this afternoon, those wind-prone spots, and here we are looking at the weather tomorrow. Tomorrow's expected to be a little windier, gusts reaching speeds up to 30, 40 miles per hour, potentially a little bit higher over the LA Ventura County mountains. So tomorrow a little bit warmer, and then we've got a pleasant Thanksgiving day. I'll be back with that forecast. Right now, let's get you on the roads. Hey, Holly.
Hey, Belen. Good morning to you on this Tuesday. Chewy Lugo in Street Vision traveling eastbound on the 210 in the Pasadena area. As you can see, no issues for folks making their way over to Arcadia. Now let's focus on the westbound side of the 210, Glendora to Glendale, an easy 18-minute drive. Speeds in the 60s through Azusa, Irwindale, Monrovia, Arcadia, and also Pasadena. And then on the north 710, PCH the 10, that commute right now under 20 minutes, speeds in the 60s. All looks good through Paramount, Southgate, and also Bell. From there, we are in downtown Los Angeles. Lots of green on this map. We're seeing great conditions on the 10, the 110, the 101, and also the 5 from East LA into downtown Los Angeles. West 10 Drive, 5 to the 405 will take just about 10 minutes. Speeds in the 60s through downtown LA and Mid-City. The next time you see me, we will head to Corona, check out the West 91. Lynette, Adrian, over to you.
All right, Holly, thanks. So having friends,
Right? Just like,
I think it's just expectations.
Yes.
I always tell
it
Olivia,
is stressful.
just have
Yes.
realistic expectations of yourself and of people around you.
And
Don't
things
expect
are going to happen, right? There's going to be bumps in the road, and you just got to roll with it, right? But can you imagine starting the conversation with, I'm going to set some boundaries, I'm going to redirect your conversation, and then I'm going to focus
on me.
Or
Got it?
That's going to make you really popular.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be like, all right.
Just be spaced out the whole time. You look distracted. Oh, that's because I'm looking at a point on the wall and describing it in my head. You can talk about the weather. That's
Talk about
safe.
the weather, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about
People
it.
might argue about that. I love the cold weather. I love the hot weather.
You know what?
Yeah.
Just make up your mind not to argue, okay?
Be nice.
Yes.
Be nice to your family and friends.
Yes, yes, yes. And remember, it's only once a year. All right, let's talk about the weather for today. Things are warming up. And the reason for that, we've got some Santa Ana winds in play. You're not going to feel them in the deserts. This is where the numbers this morning are cold. You've got 30s. And this afternoon will be cool in the 60s. But you have plenty of sunshine. It's going to feel nice. No watches, no warnings if you're traveling through there. In the mountains, the temperatures will be in the 50s. Now, during the afternoon in the Inland Empire, here's a spot that's going to be affected by these weak to moderate Santa Ana winds. Not strong enough to prompt any advisories, but you'll feel them, and it's going to warm and compress the air, and highs today will be in the upper 70s and low 80s. Now, in Orange County, temperatures here will also be warmer as a result of these stronger winds blowing over the Santa Ana mountains. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. It's going to feel a little toasty if you are visiting the amusement park. 78, which is nice, but if you're out there under the sunshine, it's going to feel warm. 70s in Ventura County. This is also a spot where you're going to feel those breezy winds coming out of the northeast. Santa Clarita 75, San Fernando Valley upper 70s, and here's your day in LA where you are wind sheltered, and temperatures here will be in the low 70s near the coast, upper 70s Los Angeles, mid to upper 70s near the foothills. Looking ahead to Thanksgiving, because the weather is going to get a little warmer tomorrow, but then we start to come down on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. We'll have some high cloud cover. Overall, it's going to stay dry, and the winds during the morning will be a bit breezy. So if you had any outdoor plans during the afternoon, things are looking better. We'll have temperatures that are feeling good, 70s, 80s, no watches, no warnings. Now look at the trend. I did say how tomorrow is expected to be a little warmer. So Van Nuys, 77, then 80, and then on Thursday for Thanksgiving, that's actually when we're coming down. The cool down will really be felt Friday through the weekend. Tracking a storm that could potentially bring us a little bit of rain Saturday, Sunday, maybe even Monday, but the chance is really slim. For now, we're going to talk about a cool down and increase in cloud cover for the weekend. So here's your 7-day forecast. No big issues. But if you are going to be spending some time outside, just know that you need the sunscreen, stay hydrated. We've got warmer weather. Warm for November. The average high in Los Angeles is 71. We're going to be at 78 today, Wednesday 81, and then we come down the weather roller coaster Thanksgiving, and here you see the weekend temperatures are going to be in the 60s at the coast. Nice forecast. Temperatures here will be in the upper 70s for tomorrow. Who gets that over Thanksgiving? We do. The valleys, the Inland Empire, upper 70s, low 80s, a touch warmer for tomorrow. And then look at the weather for the holiday. Our Black Friday forecast is looking good. No big issues when it comes to your forecast this weekend, 60s. The weather traveling through there today, just fine, 60s, 70s. Temperatures for the next few days will remain pretty steady and consistent. And in the mountains, cold during the morning in the 20s, and then temperatures in the 50s during the afternoon. Now let's ask Holly Hannula, anything you want to add to that conversation?
Just watch a movie. That's what I think. Put on some like holiday film like Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and then everybody's watching the TV and not arguing. Just keep it peaceful and enjoy the food. Good morning to you on this Tuesday. Chewy Lugo is in Street Vision, transitioning from the East 210 to the South 605. So he's going to be making his way down to the 10. I can tell you here that traffic is light, as you can see. So it's definitely going to pick up later this morning. So enjoy these holiday light conditions right now. In the Inland Empire, seeing a little bit of slowing through Rancho Cucamonga on the West 210. Things still look good through Ontario on both the 10 and the 60, and it's getting busier in Corona on the West 91. The drive from Riverside to Anaheim is going to take almost an hour right now. Speeds in the 40s, as I just mentioned. It is getting busier between the 15 and the 241. North 71 drive Corona to Pomona, 13 minutes, speeds in the 40s, a little bit of slowing in the Pomona area for folks making their way up towards the 10, and then Riverside to Diamond Bar on the West 60 is going to take about 25 minutes. Speeds in the 60s through Rubidoux, Harupa Valley, Ontario, and also Chino. The next time you see me, we will check conditions on the South 405 through Sherman Oaks. Adrienne Lynette, over to you.
All right, thank you, Holly. We're with Belen right now, so we were just looking at that shot. Looks fantastic out there this morning, and you said we're in for a bit of a warm-up too, right?
Yes, yes. That was like a caramel-looking sunrise.
We're still talking about food.
We only get to do it once a year.
Yeah.
Isn't that what this holiday's all about anyway? Oh, yeah, and family and gratitude.
And giving thanks and gratitude.
Yeah.
And food.
And the food. Yes, warm up on the way. So let's take a look at those conditions. Hi, everyone. Looking at some patchy fog out there. Nothing too crazy, not an advisory issued, but we do have some low visibility out towards the South Bay, right along the border with Orange County, and also for portions of the Inland Empire. But for the most part, we are doing good. Now, this morning is cold, especially over in the deserts. You've got 30s and a frost advisory in effect for the Antelope Valley until 9 a.m. So take time to protect those plants. And if you go out to do those walks this morning, maybe you're taking the dog out, then you're going to need a thicker layer. Right now, the view over the downtown area, no clouds. It's going to be a bright start for us. Now, you know what that means. The clear skies, temperatures are chilly, 50s and 40s, even colder in the deserts and mountains. But this afternoon, here's the payoff. Highs in the 70s and even some low 80s. There is a catch, though. We are going to have some Santa Ana winds develop. We'll take a look at how strong they're going to get just ahead. Let's take a look at the drive. Hey, we're taking a look at your commute. It looks like a green bean map.
Right? All of a sudden, we're just talking about food nonstop. I mean, when you mentioned mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, oh my goodness, my stomach is growling. Good morning to you on this Tuesday. Taking a look at the big map, things are getting just a little bit busier out there on the roads. Want to tell you about a hazard in Baldwin Park, north side of the 605 near Ramona Boulevard. There's a vehicle stuck in the center divider. No slowing right now for folks making their way up towards the 210. South 405 commute, Mission Hills to the 105. 25 minutes right now. All looks good through North Hills, Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, and also Bel Air. And then on the West 91, Buena Park to the 110. That drive under 20 minutes, speeds in the 60s, like what I'm seeing through Cerritos, Bellflower, and also Compton. Coming up, we'll check the drive on the West 105 Downey to LAX. Lynette, over to you.
Holly, thank you. New this morning,